Guys, Glenn Miley here, coming to you from the Florida Keys, where we're going to explore the historic train bridges in and around Bahia Honda State Park, including the Bahia Honda Bridge, the 7 Mile Bridge, and a couple others. Here's one across Bahia Honda Channel. Was a train bridge, then Highway 1, a road bridge. Now it's a fishing pier slash bicycle trail. In the white line area is about how wide the train bridge was, and then they added the sides for road traffic. You can really see the rail, small railroad track. You can see this is the original structure, and right up here, that steel out is what they added when they converted it to a road. Pretty neat here, you can actually see the wood grain and the boards they used to make the forms for the concrete. It's pretty cool. You can see the wood grain, and you can see these, they actually took the time to curve to make a rounded edge, and these are all boards. These were all boards they cut the corner out of. And up underneath, you can actually see the nails, the nail holes in the board that was here for the form, for the concrete form. This is pretty cool. Alright, we are now on the south end of 7 Mile Bridge on Little Duck Key. That is a long bridge. And as you can see, they took off the road part back to the original width of the railroad bridge. So really the same construction as the bridge we were just looking at. Alright, we're walking out on the 7 Mile Bridge. Like I said, they took off the section that would have been part of the road. So this is the original width of the railroad bridge. We can go out probably about a half mile, and then there's a cut in the bridge. Just stopped to look over the edge. You can see these fish in the water. Look at them. Just swimming around. Alright. I walked all the way to the end of the portion you can walk on the 7 Mile Bridge, out in the middle of the channel, middle of the cut. This is the bridge across the way. It's been a long time since anybody's been on that. You can see the old stripes down the center. See how skinny the lanes are. I measured them, they're about 8.5 feet. The rails falling off the edges. Trees growing on it. Really gives you a good idea what I was talking about. They added that steel beam across here on top of the original bridge and put the deck, the road deck, on top of that. And this portion down here, everything down is original. It's all original. You can see it where it goes in the water. I gotta walk all the way back to land. Pretty good walk. There it is. Could you imagine driving on that road, two semis passing each other at 50 miles an hour? It'd be pretty scary. It'd be pretty scary. Alright, we're going to walk off and go to the north end of the 7 Mile Bridge and check out that end. From about halfway from here between Pigeon Key, by halfway between here and Pigeon Key, they actually switched from concrete to steel girder bridges. And that's the west of the way over to 7 Mile Bridge. We'll go check that out, and then we'll go check out what I'm saving for last, the Bahia Honda Bridge. Let's go. Alright, the north end 7 Mile Bridge is really busy, so I'm not going to stop. I'll just show you from the car as we go over it. Here we go. Like a little visitor center here. And you can still walk on it about 2.5 miles out to Pigeon Key, which was a railroad station. There's a visitor center thing, a lot of people walking on it. You can see the design is definitely different on this side, being the steel bridge rather than the concrete bridge. Like I said, it's about a 2.5 mile walk to Pigeon Key, and you got to pay to get off to go on to Pigeon Key. It's a private tourist destination. There's Pigeon Key. You can see they cut the bridge. They cut the bridge right there. A little down ramp on the Pigeon Key. They cut it right there. And they cut it again up here for boat traffic. Getting too high, I can't really see it. You see that's where they cut it again. Now that's a pretty big opening there. It probably had a draw span or a lift span on it at one time. The sun looks pretty cool setting behind the bridge. It's pretty neat. And right here you can see where they switched from the steel bridge to the concrete bridge again. Right there. You can see there's the section we walked right out to there. That's where we just was. And that's it. That's the 7 Mile Bridge. Alright, we're at the south end of the Bahia Honda Bridge. It's a pretty cool looking bridge. Let's check it out. Look at that. Wow. You walk right up to the edge here. No railing, nothing. Concrete falling off. Looks like something from a movie, a future movie. You can see the steel they put across here to support the road. And that center section that's still there is really what the train would have been on. There it is. So you can actually see these steel girders here, how they go up the hill. They were on top of the concrete and the train was straight across there and actually went inside those ones, and they lifted them up to match the top of the other ones. And the road went on top of the bridge because the 2 cars couldn't fit inside the bridge. Alright, we're on the north end of the Bahia Honda Bridge. It's the next morning. I'm going to show you this thing. You see they put the road on top. The trains went in the center, but 2 cars couldn't fit, so they put the road up on top of the train bridge. Train traffic would have went right through here. Alright, this is the top. This is old Highway 1 on top of the train bridge. Over here is a postcard. It actually shows Highway 1 coming around and going over the train bridge. So that's pretty cool. Highway 1 now goes across over here. Alright, we're at the top of Bahia Honda old Highway 1 bridge, which is on top of the old railroad bridge. You can see there's a cut here, and across the way is the old train bridge. And that's old Highway 1 right there. You see the concrete falling off the railing and stuff. That's pretty neat looking. Looks almost something from a movie. Almost looks fake, like it was propped to be like that. But that's old Highway 1, and that's the old train bridge. And you can see some of the structure they added for the train bridge, or for the road. They added that beam there, and they added these downs and this Xing here to support the road. But this down here and the deck there, that's all part of the train bridge. And there's a new bridge over there. Alright, so that's the train bridges in and around Bahia Honda Island. Hope you enjoyed this little adventure with me, and we'll see you next time.